It's a lovely Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ubuntu channel. Of course, this is Meet Your Leaders on Ubuntu. We say thank you for joining us on a Wednesday like this, as we know that we are coming back from a holiday or the festive season, as you can put it. My name is Lance Sani Banda, and of course, to have a lovely chat this evening with you and get you to meet your leader of choice today. I am co-hosting the program with Chaza. Chaza, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, Lance, and it's good to be here. And surprisingly, before the program, we had a blackout, and just as the introduction was running there, then we have been given back the electricity, and I am on video. It's good to be on video also.
I am actually shocked to see you because I was expecting, darkening the nation. I was expecting to see black. And then here you are, which is a very good thing. And we should applaud Zesco for lighting you up again.
I was saying when I got home, I was met with reality, and I was saying, oh, so this load shedding is truly a reality.
It's not child's or cousin's play. But anyway, however, our dear viewers, remember that every Wednesday we bring to you Meet Your Leaders. But of course, this week's edition or in this week's episode, we get to bring you a leader who is not only a civic leader, but a local government leader who is coming through from Justine Kabwe ward. He is a ward councillor. And of course, let me rightly call him out as Councilor Menya. Councilor Menya, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel as well as welcome to the program. Councilor Menya, are you here? All right. I don't know, but I seem not to be getting anything from Councilor Menya right there. However, our dear viewers, remember that on this program, you can get to participate by either leaving a comment on Facebook or leaving a comment on our YouTube channel as we are broadcasting right there. Leave a comment, ask a question, express a view, and all those will be attended to by our studio guest. And this evening, we are looking at the Constituency Development Fund and also Matero Constituency as a whole. So we'll be glad to have people coming through from Justine Kabwe ward to come and, express their views and share with us how the 2022 CDF disbursement has been in their area as we have a chat with their area councillor. Mr. Councillor Menya, are you now here? Good evening. Well, Chaza, we seem to be having connectivity issues or internet challenges right there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and we hope he's going to manage to come through so that we can kickstart. Especially that our delay, tonight has been solely due to the same connectivity, challenges.
Yeah, and of course, our viewers will continue imploring you. We continue asking you that just like you supported us in 2022, please continue with that support, continue with that love, as we would love to grow together with you. This is a big family that we have created together with you, and would love to continue with it. Would love to move forward with you as we continue bringing you excitement, as we continue bringing you proper checks and balances using this platform, as we bring different people from different walks of life, NGOs, politicians, churches, and all sectors cut across. We do bring them on board so that we get to talk about different issues that are affecting you, our dear citizen. Councillor Menya, good evening. Are you back?
Hello?
Yes, Councilor Menya.
Hi, Councilor Menya. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Happy New Year.
All right, so you are welcome to the program. Happy New Year to you too. You are welcome to the program as well as on Ubuntu channel, Meet Your Leaders.
Thank you so much. Thank you. How are you, Mr.
All right,
Chaza?
great.
I'm very fine, and it's good to have you on the program, you know, Councilor Menya.
I'm humbled, sir. Thank you.
All right, so quickly, without wasting much of the time, we also apologize to the viewers. We're supposed to start at 20:30, but difficulties in internet connection is what has made us to start this a bit late. We are never late. In broadcasting, you are never late, but we do apologize for making you wait, and therefore we appreciate that you are with us watching. Let's get to kickstart the program. Councilor Menya, let's get to have people get to know you, because this is Meet Your Leaders. They have to know who their leader is. Who exactly is Elijah Menya Mulenga? Okay. Are we back to internet challenges?
Councilor Menya, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening, but the network is not doing good. I'm actually listening.
Okay, so did you hear what Lance was saying, or we repeat so that you can take it up from there?
Please, you can repeat, because I don't know whether I'm the only one who is having the challenge in terms of network, or it's a challenge for everyone. Because we actually want to build confidence in.
So Lance was saying that for the sake of the listener and the viewer out there, who is Councilor Menya? Tell us, about yourself. The personal background, professional, and also the political background. We'd like to know you as we get to interact with you. Even as the people out there would like, to interact with you, they need to know who you are. Please give us about yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much. Councilor Menya is a youth, a married, and of course I'm in my early 30s. I'm a bachelor holder of computer science. I'm in ICT, and I joined politics at a tender age. So I have a lot of experience in where politics are concerned, because I joined politics at when I was at my high school. Up to now, I can say more than 15 years down the line. So I have quite a lot of experience where politics are concerned. Unless you want to know more about me, number one, I'm a bachelor's holder of computer science. Secondly, I'm a married person. I have a family, and I'm the councillor for Justine Kabwe 24.
Beautiful.
Hello?
Lance, is there anything would like to know, surrounding Councilor Menya? He has given us a leeway to ask him, particularly if we want to find out, anything about him.
Come again?
I was speaking to Lance, trying to find out if there's a specific question that we can give you as we are trying to, know more about you. He's smiling there as we are waiting for him to come. I think let me be the first one. You said you are in your early 30s. You were married, and you've told us, you know, your qualification. I would like to find out where did you do your primary school and secondary school, and which years? Unfortunately, we've lost him. We are hoping that you know, he does come back. I wanted to know where, you know, he did his school from, you know, just to get to familiarize, you know, ourselves with you know, his education background there. But unfortunately, I don't know if he got scared of my question, and you know, the internet you know, helped him to flee. I really don't know. Okay. He's back.
Today's network, I don't know. Today's
Okay.
network, I think, is not very good.
Okay, it's good
Hello,
to have
sir?
you back, and I'm sure before you were actually pushed out, I was trying to find out from you, when did you do your primary school and secondary school, and from where?
Oh, okay, thank you. I did my primary school in Northern Province, Mungwi, to be more precise. I was at Shola Basic School. That is where I did my primary and the junior secondary. Then I did my high school at Mungwi Technical High School. That is in Northern Province, Mungwi Technical. Then from there, I did my bachelor's degree at NIPA. That is where I completed my Bachelor of Computer Science. Of course, I graduated with a merit. So
Beautiful. That's
that is
so
about
encouraging.
education background.
That's so
Thank you.
encouraging, and you know, to those that would be politicians, I'm sure it's a source of inspiration. You said you started, you know, politics at tender age. I'd like to find out, you know, your political background. Where did you start from, and when? And where are you? What's your political affiliation? What's your political party as we stand today as a ward councillor?
Okay. Actually, I started politics in 2006. It will be more precise. Just after the high school, I actually I was a fan of Michael Chirufasata. I think he is a source of my inspiration. So ever since I was just like ordinary supporters, but in 2008 I was very much active in politics. That is when I joined. I had my first position in the party at ward level. I was the secretary, youth secretary. I rose through the ranks because from there I was the youth vice chairperson. Eventually, I was a youth chairperson, publicity and information secretary, vice secretary, secretary, until I became the ward chairperson before contesting as the area councillor. My political affiliation, I'm a Patriotic Front, a Stone Patriotic Front for that matter, and I won as a councillor on a PF ticket.
Beautiful. Lance, I invite you to come through at this point in time.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Chaza, and very elaborate right there from Councillor Menya. You asked the question I wanted to find out, as in when he started his political career, but maybe just to profiling him more. Councillor Menya, what made you think, or what prompted you to say 2021 was the right time for you to contest as a councillor in Justine Kabwe ward? And then, was this your first contest and you won, or maybe you've tried time and again, then this was, you know, a huge triumph? How was it like?
Oh, thank you so much. Actually, What prompted me to contest as a councillor is due to the fact that one, as a youth, I wanted to show my fellow youths that we can make it in politics. That is number one. Then secondly, I'm not I don't like to watch from the terraces, because by then I'll keep on finger pointing to say, no, that one there, and then so I want to participate. That's how I contested again, because there are so many challenges in my ward. I thought instead of trying to blame other leaders to say, no, it's not working, it's doing ABCD, I wanted also to be there, so that if anything, people should blame me. So that is what prompted me to contest as the area councillor. Then it was my first attempt, and fortunately I won with a landslide victory. So that is it about what.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Councillor. Now, to you, our dear viewers, our topic of discussion this evening is the Constituency Development Fund in Justine Kabwe, Ward 24, as well as overall, obviously, in Mandevu constituency. But since we are dealing with a ward councillor representing a certain ward, we would rather bring a biasness towards Justine Kabwe, Ward 24. And we'll be glad to have you join us into the studio later on the program, when we share a link with you so that you can join us into the studio, ask a question, express a view, or better still, bring through a comment, or still leave a comment underneath this broadcast. Councillor, let's get the ball rolling for tonight. This is your first term as councillor in this ward, and fortunately enough, you became a ward councillor when the Constituency Development Fund was raised from 1.6 million kwacha to 25.7 million kwacha. Kindly give us an overview of how your ward, specifically Justine Kabwe, benefited from this 2022 CDF, which was given to your constituency, Mandevu.
Okay, thank you so much. That is a very, very important question, or the topic of discussion. Firstly, I want to thank the people of Justine Kabwe for giving me an opportunity to be their ward councillor, so to speak. Then secondly, I want to bring this to the fact that I'm not just representing my ward when it comes to CDF, because I'm a CDF member, meaning that I preside over the constituency, not just Justine Kabwe ward 24. But since you have specified to say Justine Kabwe ward, I'm going to narrow this discussion from the constituency level specifically into the Justine Kabwe ward, so that the people of Justine Kabwe ward can be able to understand and appreciate certain benefits that are actually coming into the ward. So to begin with, we have not done much in terms of the 2022 CDF because the money is still in the account, meaning that we have not yet utilized the 2022 CDF. But of course, all the submissions that were made by the public, to be more precise, with the people of Justine Kabwe, we have submitted, we received the submission or what they want to be done in the ward, and of course they are they've been submitted to the ministry, because the CDF have got the guideline that needs to be followed. You know, CDF is different from other projects where you can just say, no, we want the road to be done. Of course, you look for a contractor, and you withdraw the money, and people start working. There are so many stages that need to be followed. That's why you have seen up to this stage in 2023, the CDF is still on paper to the people that are not actually there to understand and appreciate all the process in terms of the CDF. So I want to quick to mention that in Justine Kabwe, we have picked all the important submission that the stakeholders want to be done. In the first place, our first priorities are the roads. When if you walk through Justine Kabwe or you drive through Justine Kabwe, you understand the fact that the state of the roads in the world, they are not in a good state. They are really bad, especially now that the lanes have started. We do not have good drainages, and of course, it's a very big challenge. Then secondly, we have the sewer issue. It's almost the song of the day. Sewer is very, very pathetic in the world. Of course, we do not have shelters in the markets. Those were submissions that were submitted by the community. We do not have, we have two schools in the world. We have Justine Kabwe School. We also have Mtambi School. We cannot get away with education because it's very, very important. And some of us to be the councillors, of course, it's because of maybe education or the key drivers of us being civic leaders together with my colleagues at Civic Center. So we want to make sure that we also appreciate the education. So we've submitted that we need to do a 1x3 classroom at Mtambi, and we also want to finish the 1x3 classroom that is at Justine Kabwe, Justine Kabwe Secondary School, so to speak. Then away from maybe the community project, I think I've talked about roads, I've talked about the sewer network, I've talked about infrastructure like the market shelters, I've talked about the schools, and also like the 2022, I think we are starting with the mother's shelter at our only pediatric clinic in the world, if not, it's the one of that kind in the country. So that is the first project that you will do with the CDF in Justine Kabwe. But like I mentioned that I'm a member of CDF. Are you there in the first place? Are you listening?
I am here. I've seen Lance has fallen off, but I am here with you. I'm following.
Okay, sure, thank you. Like I already alluded to, I'm sitting at CDF, meaning that even answers to do with CDF at constituency level, I'll be able to give the correct answers because I sit in the committee. We also picked Chipata level 1. We want to do a mortuary as a constituency program. That is the more reason why other people maybe will see why is it that we are only going to do the mother's shelter in the CDF 2022. I want to emphasize this point, and I want maybe to make it clear so that the general public will be able to understand how we allocated the funds in 2022. So we said we want to build a mortuary at Chipata level 1. Now is it Chipata General Hospital? Because we find it very, very difficult when we lose our beloved one to go to UTH, and UTH is congested. So we said, no, let's build. We need to have our own mortuary. Justine Kabwe is not far from Chipata, meaning that people of Justine Kabwe are going to benefit from that infrastructure that we are going to put at Chipata Level 1 Hospital. Then I talked about the loads. So we proposed at the constituency level that we need to purchase the equipment that will be used probably this year, 2023, so that we improve the status of the roads in the constituency and Justine Kabwe inclusive. So in the 2022 budget, we are going to buy a paving machine, the machine that we are going to buy to make our own pavers, so that we actually start working on the roads in 2023 now. So we are buying the paving machine, we are buying a grader, we are buying a tipper, compactors, and other equipment that will be needed in order to improve their road network. So those are major projects that most of the monies will be spent on. We decided to come up with a strategy that is going to help us going forward. Instead of hiring those equipment, we said let's use this CDF so that we come up with our own equipment, so that every time we want to work on the roads, we have the machineries within the constituency that will be able to attend to our problems. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
So
Councilor Menya.
that is what I can say about the community project. But talking about the CDF, there are so many components, there are so many aspects. There is empowerment, there is skills, there are bursaries, and other things. So I'll be able to explain, I think, one by one. I want to appreciate the fact that the skills is the only component that I can appreciate so much, and I thank the government of the day to come up with a good initiative so that we impart knowledge in our fellow youths, because I strongly believe that once you impart knowledge in someone, meaning that you actually are going to benefit a lot. You know,
Councilor Menya. Councilor Menya, we do appreciate so much, the trajectory that you have undertaken. And, my colleague here, Lance, is trying to come through. Probably due to connectivity, you could not hear him, I think. So I will invite him. He has a follow-up question to the question that you were addressing. Lance, you can come through.
Thank you so much, Chaza, and hopefully he's able to hear me. The follow-up question is, so are you trying to tell us
Lance,
that
you are not
the whole
audible enough?
Okay, so he's saying
how about now? How about now, Councillor? Am I audible?
Hello?
Okay, so Lance, it appears he's not getting you. Just run us through the question. I'll be able to summarize to him so that he may get it probably from me.
Okay. Since you can get
the
me,
question, sir. Go ahead. Give me that question so that I actually answer your question.
Okay, yes,
okay,
so
great.
Just a second, we are giving the chance to Lance so that he can ask the question. If you don't hear it, I'll be able to convey it to you.
Okay. Yes, Lance.
Okay. Yeah, so the question is, Councillor, are you trying to tell us that the whole calendar year of 2022...
I'm not getting you, Lance. I'm not getting you.
Just to plan on buying your own things and CDF hasn't worked on it. There's no project that you have started.
So, Councillor Menya, Lance is trying to find out from you that, in the whole year 2022, does it mean that you have only undertaken the plans and you have not practically, done anything apart from, the planning that you've been doing throughout the year?
Okay, thank you so much. Like I earlier alluded to, there are certain projects that are going to be done, like practically. That's why I wanted to appreciate the fact that we have done well in terms of school bursaries. We've done well in terms of the grants. We've done well in terms of the loans. I think in that aspect we have done 100%. Then we also have certain projects that need to be done that was budgeted for 2022. Unfortunately, the guideline for 2022, unless they review the guideline, otherwise it's quite tedious, because even as we are expecting that all the projects that needs to be undertaken which was supposed to be undertaken in 2022, they've reached 2023 without being implemented. Remember, I talked about the mother's shelter in my ward. That was submitted in 2022, but up to now, the money is sitting in the CDF account. We've done the best we can do as a ward. We've done the best we can do as a constituency. So the onus is on the ministry. The ministry, they've approved. They have written back to CDF. They approve of all the projects that we've done. But up to now, we are still waiting for the contractors to come on site and start working on the project that we have submitted. It's not us at ward level and it's not us at constituency level, but it's somewhere where things are stuck and we don't know where it is at procurement, it is at what, I don't know. So it's not like we have just put maybe the plans, but apart from the plans, we also have something that we are expecting to be done in 2022, but unfortunately, things couldn't work out as we planned.
Okay, Councilor Menya, bring us up to speed practically, in terms of projects that you have approved, in your ward. Give us the number. How many, projects have you approved? Because you have itemized, but in terms of number, how many projects have you approved? And how are the youths, directly benefiting from, CDF in your ward? And how is it going? How are you faring? Despite the challenge of, probably procedure and so on and so forth. How is it going?
Okay, number one, I think when we talk of the CDF, most of the people, you and I, we believe that the money that is allocated is enough, but we understand that the money is not enough to share as for the constituency like Mandevu constituency. And number one, the project, I mentioned the fact that we have submitted the loads. That is number one. We have talked about the sewer network because we wanted to overhaul the network of the sewer network because we have a lot of problem in terms of the sewer network. We also, in the ward, we received the submission that they want to do a shelter in the market, and number one shelter should be at Odingoma market. We have received a submission which is 1x3 classroom at Tambe. We also are doing 1x3 classroom at Justine. We also received a submission that they want to have a school because it is just upgraded as a secondary school. So youths, in terms of benefiting the youths have benefited massively because when it comes to skills, we are targeting the youths. When it comes to empowerment, we are targeting youths. When it comes to loans, we are targeting youths according to the guidelines. So I can simply say youths have benefited and they are still benefiting in the CDF because it's more or less like the CDF is targeting the youths because they are the one that the CDF is actually favoring. So in terms of community development project, these are some of the key projects that we have to undertake. If I can give you the summary of the budget, maybe you appreciate the fact that out of the 25.7, each ward were like allocated a 1.6 million. Out of 1.6 million, according to the BOQ from the engineers from Saka City Council, I submitted that there is a very serious drainage that we need to work on, which is behind Catholic. I think everyone who stays in Justine, they appreciate the fact that we have a controversial drainage that needs to be done. After the submission, the budget was 1.6 just to do a drainage. Then for a shelter at Odingwa Market, it was 2.3 million. Then for the 1x3 classroom block, it was 1.450 million. For the sewer network, unfortunately, we did not get the BOQ because we are supposed to consult our colleagues from Saka Water and Sewerage, of which we called for a stakeholders meeting where we invited Saka Water and Sewerage so that they can shed more light on the sewer. Unfortunately, from the end of Saka Water and Sewerage, they said they have got no any intention in whatsoever to actually do away with the old sewer system and the new system. Then for the road network, if a drainage can cost 1.6 million, what about doing a drainage, a tarmac, so to speak? That's why we decided to say let's just pave our road, since the government, they've got no any intention to do the urban roads. So we said we can do it on our own. That's why we decided to purchase the equipment so that we start working on the roads on our own. So I think that is what I can say about Justine Kabwe and Mandevu constituency.
All right. Thank you so much, Councillor. Are you able to hear me now?
Lance, I cannot get Lance. I don't know the reason why Lance is not audible enough.
Maybe he's a bit selective, intentionally, we don't know, or maybe he's got some magic. So I'll do the
Lance.
I'll do the interpretation. You speak, and I'll convey the message to you, Councilor Menya.
Okay. I can see. I saw Lance talking, but I couldn't get what he was talking about. So if you can tell me what Lance was asking, so that I make it very clear for the community.
All right. So Lance was trying to find out if you were getting him at the time he was speaking, and I could see that you did not get him. So now he needs to come through with a question, then I'll be able to pass it on to you. So we give him, a second for him to ask, his question. Yes, Lance, are you there?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chaza. I think our guest, Bini Bemba, he has bewitched me that he can't hear me. That's on a lighter note.
Oh, yes. So,
Councillor,
for your ears, he's actually saying that, our guest being a Bemba, probably he has bewitched Lance so that the communication may not happen.
I forgive you, Mr. Banda. Mr. Lance Banda, I forgive you for that. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get you, Mr. Banda.
Okay, so quickly, since he has spoken about,
So
CDF
what is the question all about,
Mr.
Banda?
All right. So
Lance, question.
So, Councilor Menya, you just wait a bit. We give him chance to speak. You won't be hearing. Then I'll tell you what question it is.
Okay, sure. Thank you. I'll be waiting.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so he rightly said to say that when you talk about CDF, it's not only about projects and other things, but there is also an issue of grants and other stuff. Now, mainly in the compounds, when we talk CDF, all they think of are cooperatives. And him being a civic leader in Justine Kabwe, how did he participate in helping the residents in his ward to first of all understand the CDF guidelines, which he says were tedious, and also to help them apply or come up with a module which they would use to apply for whatever project or program that they wanted to start with their different cooperatives that they formed in the ward.
Okay, so Councilor Menya.
Chaza,
No, I'm here. Are you getting me now? I was still waiting for him to ask his question. It was a bit lengthy in explanation. So are you getting me? Councilor Menya. It appears he has, lost me also. He cannot hear me. I hope he comes back. All right. Councilor Mwenye.
Well, internet being what it is, we cannot run away or shy away from the fact that internet has ruled him out. But however, just another encouragement to you, our dear viewers. We are saying you can join us into the studio. We have now shared with you the studio link. The topic of discussion that we are having this evening is the issue of the CDF, or simply put, Constituency Development Fund. All right, so particularly this we are discussing Justine Kabwe, Ward 24, as we have Councillor Menya, who is the councillor right there. So we would do better to join us into the studio through the studio link that we have shared with you, or better still, leave a comment and we'll be glad to hear from you. Councillor Menya, are you now able to hear me?
Apandemio Papa. Apandemio Papa. Mwachibutuka.
Okay, nice one.
What was the problem, Mr. Lance?
The job of an interpreter probably ends from here now.
All right. Okay, so before we lost you, the question that I asked was that, in the compounds or in these communities, when we mention CDF, all that comes into their mind is the issue of creating a cooperative. And they do not think of the grants and other loans that are also put in the CDF fund. Now, you as a civic leader in Justine Kabwe ward, how did you participate in helping the residents in your ward to understand, first of all, the CDF guidelines, which you said were tedious, and also to help them understand that it's not only cooperatives, but they can also apply for a loan or they can apply for a school grant? How did you participate in that?
Okay, actually, like for me, the whole aspect or the essence of the CDF is not basically in the hands of the councillor, but we do have the WDCs. Like what I can say is a councillor, we are just there to help in terms of disseminating information, making sure that you make people understand how to go about it, accessing the CDF. So we've done well because when you go to my Facebook page, you find that the information there, my personal account, you find that the information there. In churches, we make sure that we write letters to the churches so that everyone understands, because when we talk of the CDF, we are actually talking about the national cake, of which everyone is supposed to participate. So Like I area alluded to, the CDF is quite complicated in terms of the guideline, because one, there are so many things that hinders everyone from participating. You know, the grant is the maximum one can get in terms of a grant is 40,000. Then for you to get that money, you need to form a cooperative. They are not allowing individual companies to participate in grants unless the cooperatives. Now, for one to form a cooperative, you go to Registrar of Society, you register the cooperative, you go to the bank, you open the bank account, you have to write a business proposal, you need to, there are so many things that you're supposed to do. So eventually, people, they fail to like endure the processes. At the end of the day, they intend to give up, and after spending so much. And better still, you find that the money that is allocated to a payward is just too minimal. If you receive maybe 20 applications, maybe they will apply for 40,000, but they will be given maybe less than 20. That defeats all the purpose of applying for that, because if you write a business proposal and you project to say our business can maybe we can run well the business if we are given a 40,000 and someone gives you less than 20,000, meaning that it disturbs everything. So I'm not seeing any impact when it comes to grants. That's why people, after getting the grant, they are just sharing the money, because they are failing to run the businesses that are intended to run because of the money. So that is where the problem is.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
just a follow up before Chaza comes. Sorry, Chaza, before you come in, just a follow up. Reason why I asked how you helped or how you are helping as a civic leader is because of the same issue you are raising here. We've heard stories of how people are given 20,000 and then they start sharing it, to run individual businesses and not to run that business as the whole. Just last week, right on the channel, we carried a story where in Livingstone, youths that way, a councillor had put up a training for skills and everything development. Youths did not show up, in that skills development training. So you are a civic leader who at least understands or knows what is enshrined in these guidelines and probably the implications. So
Mr. Lance, what I can say is, in the first place, the issue of, are you there in the first place?
It appears that network has thrown him out, but I am here, I am following.
Okay. What was supposed to be done in the first place? Because if the practical example that I can give you, that if you are running business, if you are running a business, then I inject a certain amount of money into your business, meaning that I'm supposed to see the impact, how that money is going to work. So now, in terms of grants, number one, it was just something that the government pronounced without taking into consideration how the money is going to be used. So for me, like a grant, yes, it's just a sheer waste of money, because there's no any positive impact that is going to help the. Number one, people who are receiving the grants, they did not expect that they are going to be given the money. They are not in the learning business. They do not have knowledge. They don't understand how to go about the businesses. So once the money comes, all what they think of is sharing money, because they have different views. If you bring, like, someone is a carpenter, the other one is a driver, other one is a mechanical, other one is what and what. Then you bring together. You need to make sure that they start speaking one language. That's when they can progress in terms of businesses. So what was supposed to be done in the first place is to orient these people with enough knowledge. If you receive maybe business proposals, someone, for example, want to do poultry, bring expert from Ministry of Livestock and Fisheries, maybe so that they train these people on how to run their businesses. After that, they guide them step by step until, because like a poultry, you'll find that maybe within a month, they could have started selling their chickens. But if someone has never been in a business before, then you just give that particular person money and forget about it. How do you expect that particular person to grow or to bring the positive impact in that particular business? So these people were not guided properly. Not until the government bring some policies that will be able to orient or educate those people before they are given money, then the government is going to see the positive impact in whatever they are doing. But if they leave it open like this, everyone, for as long as you have a cooperative, you don't even understand how the business that you are going to operate, then I'm sorry, this is not going to yield any positive impact.
Councilor Menya, we have seen this drastic, increase in the CDF allocation. And here you are saying that, you have so many projects, that whatever was allocated to you, as a ward, you cannot still, undertake all the projects, fully. What then are we saying? Because we thought the increase was actually to translate into development. What then are we saying? This allocation is still not enough and not as beneficial. Kindly just highlight on the issue.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I want to be very frank here because this matter is concerning the nation. It concerns everyone, including me. Like I earlier alluded to, I never wanted to watch from the terraces. That's why I decided to participate. What I can say is the money that is allocated to someone who is not directly involved in the process will understand that the money is more than enough to undertake the project. So I can pick the example of Mandevu constituency. Mandevu constituency is one of the biggest constituencies in the country. Being allocated the same amount with maybe the constituency like Chawama with 4 wards, Mandevu with 8 wards, you get the point. The population of Chawama cannot match the population of Mandevu constituency. So the money 28.3 for me is just a drop in the ocean. Because when we sit as CDF and when we bring together all the projects being submitted in different wards, I can assure you that the amount goes beyond 100, meaning that there are so many things that need to be done. Like the example that I gave you, just to construct 1x3 classroom, the BOQ was 1.450, a 1x3 classroom. Now I talked of the roads, I talked of drainages, I talked of mothers' shelters, I talked of shelters. So meaning that the 28.3 cannot be enough even in one ward. Just in Kabwe being allocated 28.3 per year, and looking at what is need to be done in a year, it's more than what the money being allocated. But I appreciate the fact that the money has been increased from 1.6 to 28.3 this year, meaning that they want the community to get involved, especially that the projects are being submitted by the community and everything is being done by the community. So just to answer your question, the government should have also have participated in one way or another. Like when you talk of capital projects, like the tarmac, I can rest assured that the 28.3 million cannot do the tarmac in Justine Kabwe by far. But the government is very quiet when it comes to improving the road networks. The same 28.3 million for 2023, that is where the grants is, that is where the free education is, that is where the skills is, that is where the secondary bursaries is, and that is where the community project is. But you know, there are so many things that are really in the 28.3 as a location for the constituency, meaning that there are so many things that need to be done. Let the central government, let the government do something and pronounce to the nation to say, okay, we have allocated the 28.3, this money will be just used for community projects. Then let those empowerment aspects be channeled to maybe the green economics, the ministry that they have created, maybe the Minister of Technology, Youth and Sports. Why can't they get maybe start giving out certain maybe empowerments from other ministries rather than compacting the CDF? If the 28.3 million is just for projects, then we'll be able to share. Maybe we say, okay, if we can share probably maybe a 5 million every year for each ward, we can able to see maybe 3 or 4 tangible projects within a year in a particular ward that can bring a lot of impact. But if a certain percentage, you know, people maybe from layman's point of view, when they say 28.3, they think maybe the 28.3 is just for Justine Kabwe, but it's for the constituency. What I can say is, you know, we've advertised for loans. Do you know how much submission we received? We received about 177 application, and everyone wanted to get 200. When you multiply 177 times 200, you are going to come up with a very, very awkward figure. Just for loans, people want to get loans because they told them to say the maximum one can get is 200, and everyone was going for 200. So, you know, the people, they think the money 28.3 is good enough to cut out all the problems that are in the world, but for me, it's just a drop in the ocean.
All right, thank you so much. We do appreciate, you know, Councilor Menya there. And, you know, the beauty is that these problems that you have highlighted, the challenges also, I was following you, you were also providing, you know, solutions, because I needed to ask you, you know, for solutions to the problems that, you know, you are facing or the challenges. But the beauty is that you've done so already. So now I'd like you to, you know, we can move away slightly, you know, from the CDF aspect. Then you get to tell us what are some of the serious, you know, challenges or problems that, you know, you are facing in your ward, in your constituency, and what are the solutions that you are providing or suggesting to the authority?
Okay, thank you so much. That is a very, very important question. To begin with, number one, as a community, I am now speaking as a councillor for Justine Kabwe because I don't know how other councillors are handling the affairs of the community in their various wards. But in my ward, particularly Justine Kabwe, number one, I want to urge the community to change the mindset. The way they used to carry out businesses, daily activities, they should change. You know, we are talking about the problems to do with maybe the drainages. The drainages are blocked because of the behavior of the community. When it rains, when it just starts raining, They don't want to subscribe to the waste management or what they want. They just want to take advantage of the rainwater, and they started throwing garbages all over the drainages. When the drainages get blocked again, they are the first people to complain. When you talk about the sewer system, do you know the reason? The sewer system is different from water. Sewer system does not use pressure. So they dump all sorts of things in the inspection manuals. At the end of the day, when those are blocked, again they will say cancel. So the most important problem that we have is sewer. The sewer is a major challenge that we have. Drainages, they are very bad drainages, not because completely we don't have drainages. We do have drainages, but because of our behavior as a community, all the drainage, most of the drainages are blocked. Then the solution to that, number one, like I said, we need to change the mindset. Even if we say no Lusaka water in conjunction with maybe the Lusaka City Council, we do away or we overhaul the sewer system. But if the behavior remains the same, meaning that we are not going to solve the problem. If we will continue dumping like garbages and other illegal things in drainages will remain blocked. So I'm urging the community, first of all, to change the mindset. I think that is the best way to go. So the solution is that I know and I truly understand most of the challenges that are in the world. That is the more reason why I contested, so that some of these challenges can be alleviated, because that is my core. Like for me, I just wanted to work for the community, and I am going to work for the community with or without the maximum support, but with the little allocation that is coming, people are going to see the change in the community.
All right, thank you so much. I would ask IT to quickly, bring the messages that we have. We run them through before we get to wrap up on the other side. IT, please. Okay, so this one is coming from Danny Mtonga, who is saying, CDF money, can you buy water because load shedding is too bad in Zambia? I think that one is on a light note. To take it, as a joke there. Thank you so much. We do appreciate for your message. Soja Enoch Tonga saying, don't you think grants should not be given for business purposes, but only community projects? When a Zambian hears grants, it means free money. Therefore, is to share kaili nizamahala. All right, thank you so much, Tonga Boo there. We greatly appreciate. Any other message? I hope, Councilor, Menya there, you have taken note of, especially that one from Soja Boo. Maybe you can react to that.
Yeah. Okay, he said grants should be taken to a community project. I'm not clearly understanding what he meant by that, but yes, it's a free money, but it was meant for to help the community. Like for me, I'm known by a business. In the first place, they call me Ganas. Ganas is not my name, but that is business name. If I happen to receive any little from the government, meaning that I have to appreciate the fact that the government is considering me, how am I going to put that money into good use so that I'm not at the same stage? If I have a 5,000, then you come and top up with 5,000 on top of the 5,000 that I have, meaning that I'm going to have a 10,000. When you come back to see me, if I was doing businesses, meaning you need to see some improvement. But since in Zambia we are used to free things, that's why he alluded that it's a free money. Anything free, you can use it in whichever way you want. So I'm very much so. That's why I said grants. Me, I'm not of the idea, because Zambians, if we continue giving them handouts, we continue giving them free things, you are not going to to help Zambians. We are not helping Zambians. Let Zambians work for anything that they want so that they see the impact. You know, if you give me free money, I can use it in whichever without, because I don't know how you maybe you what or how you, what step did you take for you to get maybe to raise that money that I've just received for free. If I want, I can use it for drinking beer. If I want, I can use it whichever way. But it's not everyone who have received the grants who have misused the grants. Others we are appreciating. They've started doing well, and we really appreciate that. But going forward, I think grants are not bringing any positive impact to the nation. It's just free money, like he alluded to.
All right, Councilor Menya, you know, you've been so elaborate, and we are coming to the close of the program. I'd like you to give us your concluding remarks, you know, the people out there in your ward, the authority, and not forgetting the viewers out there. What are your closing remarks?
Okay, thank you so much. Like for me, what I can say is, like I said, thank you so much for the people of Justine Kabwe to give me this chance, an opportunity to be their councillor. So I want to urge the people of Justine Kabwe, number one, to change their mindset. It's by so doing that we are going to build Justine Kabwe together. When you see you are not doing the right thing, please stop. Let's work together. Then again, I want also to urge our youth. We have free education. Let's go back to school. When you go back to school, you have some knowledge and we are going to improve our lives. We don't want junkies. That's why the government thought it wise that let's bring this free education for our youth so that we see to it that everyone is productive. These junks, you know, hide mind, I think, is the devil's workshop. That's why if someone, you know, if when you stand for nothing, definitely you are going to fall for anything. So the youth previously had nothing to do. That's why we engage in illicit activities like taking drugs, drinking beer, prostitution, and everything. But we have free education. For those who are in Justine Kabwe, come to my office. I'm every day, not every day, every Wednesday in office. Come through the office so that you get the advice that you want. But the most important information that I want to end with is let's change our mindset. The way we think, if you know that you are not doing the right thing, please stop. Help the government, help the community by working together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Councilor Menya. Despite, you know, the hurdles, the challenges of, you know, internet connection, you are still here. Not forgetting the viewers out there, the listeners, you are still there with us. We greatly appreciate. And my colleague has fallen off due to the same. Lance, it's been a good time, and we thank you in absentia for actually being right here on the program as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your program, Meet Your Leaders. My name is Chaza. Till then, we are saying God bless you all and do enjoy the year 2023. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.